Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us here today. It's a real privilege to be here to commend Chief Fowler for the extraordinary work that he has done on behalf of the people of the city of Syracuse, and in particular the children of the city of Syracuse. We in the city know this firsthand, and we have never taken it for granted. We feel a special privilege and honor that Frank Fowler has been our police chief since we came into office, and it's a rare honor to work with somebody who has the kind of integrity and knowledge and overall commitment to the well-being of the people of our community that he does. But I'm pleased to be here today to say that it is not just us that recognize his extraordinary professionalism and the caliber of person that he is. So without further ado, let me invite to the microphone Jenn O'Connor, who's going to talk in particular about this award.
Good morning. My name is Jenn O'Connor. I'm the New York State Director of an organization called Fight Crime, Invest in Kids. Fight Crime, Invest in Kids is a national organization, and in New York State we have about 250 law enforcement members. They are sheriffs, district attorneys, police chiefs, and crime survivors, all advocating on behalf, in support of, proven investments in children and families. Chief Fowler is one of our co-chairs, and we are awarding him our Champion for Children Award for the second year in a row. This is the first time we've ever done that, but he has been such an outstanding and dedicated member of Fight Crime, Invest in Kids that we felt that it was appropriate. He has been there for us to advocate both in Syracuse and in Albany and in Washington, D.C., and around the state for programs such as maternal, infant, and early childhood home visiting, pre-K, childcare, and after school, and has really gone above and beyond in his role to make sure that appropriate funding is allocated for these proven investments in crime prevention, because we know that starting early is the best crime prevention tool there is. So I would love to present Chief Fowler our incredibly heavy award, our Champion for Children Award. Thank you for all that you've done for us.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Jenn. From the time that I became the chief of police, Mayor Minor made it clear that she wanted to do things different than the way that they've been done in the past, and to do that you had to think differently, and you have to act differently. And our investment in our entire community here in the city of Syracuse, we don't think outside the box, because we toss the box away on day one. And people often talk about the village concept of investing in our children, and Fight Crimes, Invest in Kids are a key to that village concept. The way that they go about setting up programs and advocating for our children, it was easy for me to make a decision to get involved with them. We have to start, if we want to change the way things are going in our nation, in our state, and in our country, we have to start with our children. We have to give them a chance. And whether it's my child or whether it's your child, everybody has to make an investment in our children, because they are indeed our future. They deserve to have a chance to grow up. They deserve to have a chance to be successful. And with the programs that Fight Crimes, Invest in Kids dedicate their efforts and energy into, we are giving our children a fighting chance. So I'm honored to receive this award, and I'm honored to be a part of such an organization such as Fight Crimes, Invest in Kids. And Mayor Minor, I want to thank you for allowing me the opportunity and the time to invest my efforts into such a program. And thank you all for showing up.
Thank you, Chief. So we'd be happy to entertain any questions that any of our friends in the media have. Speak now, forever hold your peace. I see you have a question there.
Obviously, you've done a lot of great work in the out. This is either 13 or 4. We've done so much great work in the community, reaching out to certain neighborhoods, but I think it's also an opportunity to acknowledge there's still a long way to go, reaching out to children younger and younger. How do we do that and keep this momentum moving forward?
Well, I'm going to jump in first and then hand it over to Chief Fowler. Part of the way that we do that is by building partnerships in relationships. Because in order to reach children, you have to have a relationship with the adult in their life, the guardian, the parent, often the grandparents. And we do that by supportive programming, whether it's in the summer through, for example, our parks programming, keeping it very low cost, making sure that we're giving children breakfast and lunch, keeping them safe and in constructive environments. We hear over and over again from people across the city in the summer how happy they are that we have such great summer programming that's cost affordable, that they can have their children in, so they are learning and they are healthy and they are safe. And by doing that, you build relationships with the parents, and you also help build relationships with those children so that they see authority figures in a constructive way. But as your question kind of hints at, we have a lot more to do. It is unfortunately a very violent and troubled world that we live in. And that violence and that trouble also visits us here in Syracuse. And that's why it's so important to have people like Chief Fowler on the front lines, who represents a face of integrity, who represents compassion, but also represents good judgment. And so we will continue to do that by trying to make sure that everybody who works for the city of Syracuse measures up to Chief Fowler's his role, that he brings honor to the uniform, and he brings honor to city employees, and he certainly brings honor to the minor administration, because he's doing it for the right reasons, for the right people. So, thank you.
Sure. In this challenging time that we currently live in, I seldom get an opportunity to talk about some of the work that we do at the City of Syracuse Police Department that I'm most proud of. We don't get a chance to talk about our DARE and our great program. We don't get to talk about the fact that our DARE program is not funded by state or federal government. The young men and women that work, the police officers that work there, they hold their own annual fundraisers to help to sustain that program, and we continue to do it because we understand and recognize the importance of it. We seldom get to talk about our great program, our gang resistance educational program that we run throughout the summer. We don't get a chance to talk about our police and fire camp. I see Bill Ryan in the back. He started that when he was over the chair of the Common Council, and we continue to do that each and every year. And we seldom get a chance to talk about our summer program that we run. We run a mini academy where we're trying to get the young people in that are junior high school age and starting into high school. They get to learn about the police department, and now they get a taste of what it's like to become a police officer on a very small scale, with hopes of encouraging them to want to become police officers someday. There's a number of other programs that we do in and out the community, and if some of you are interested in talking about it, I'd love to brag with you for about an hour or so.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Yeah, I have a question. I know you were talking about the violent world that we live in and all that. Since you announced the 30 new hires, have you seen an increased interest in that academy, that class?
Well, we have seen an increased interest in making sure that we have less violence in the community. And the chief and I have met with a number of people who participated in the Black Lives Matter protest and talked to them about all the different ways that they can help solve the issue of violence in our community. And one of those ways was becoming a police officer. Other ways were working with the school district, job training programs, working with our intervention, on actually going door to door, working on putting together Neighborhood Watch. So what we have seen is, with this increased awareness about violence and how it impacts people of color, we've seen people come to us and say they want to be part of the solution. And what I have been very open and honest with them about is, the first step is having awareness. The next step is often the more difficult step in actually getting involved and trying to be part of the solution, because that means a day-to-day, regular effort that you have to put towards solving these problems. So the longer answer to your question is yes, we have seen an increased awareness and a sense that people want to be part of the solution. Anyone else? All right, thank you all very much. Jen, thank you very much for coming to Syracuse on this beautiful Friday. Chief, congratulations. Thank you all out there in the audience, and drink lots of water today. See you all later. Congratulations. Thank you so very much. Pleasure. Thank you.